We are ninjas who eat brains. We are zombies wielding swords. That was random. Hi, and welcome to Tanime's Anime Review 50. 50 reviews! That's like halfway to 100. Yes, you can do basic math. Very good, Tanime. Moving on. Okay, the first thing I think I should mention is that I'm going to be missing for 2 weeks. I am heading to Toronto on May 26th for Anime North, but I will be staying there until June 8th. I'm going to go visit some friends after the con. Of course, because of this, I will not be uploading any videos within that time frame. While I'm filming this, I'm actually wondering if I'm going to have time to be able to edit it and get it up before I leave. Well, I guess you guys know if I got it up before I left, because either you're watching it right now, or this is going to sound really weird once I post it when I come back. Good, so that's covered. Oh, the intro contest also ends on June 6th. But since I won't be back until the 8th, if somebody wants to slip under the wire and post it on the 7th or the 8th, I will count it. There are so many awesome entries so far. It is going to be so hard to pick a winner. So there's not much time left for those who still want to enter. For those who don't know what I'm talking about, check out this video for more information. Link will also be in the underbar. Now to the real point of this video, the review. I warn you right away that this anime is a yaoi-based anime. So anyone out there who may be homophobic or just doesn't want to hear about it, you can stop watching now. All negative comments will not be tolerated on this issue, because I gave you fair warning. So haters, don't even bother, because your comments don't affect me, and they'll just be deleted. Today's anime review is dedicated to KKFly546. And to anyone else who requested this, because it's been requested a few times now. And today's anime is... Junjou Romantica. Man, I always film at night, and now I have to do it during the day because I don't have time, and the light from the window is altering my lighting scheme. Natural light, no, it burns! Now this series is based off a shoujo manga series of the same title. It started coming out in 2002 and is still ongoing with currently 14 volumes. Now the anime series was broken down into 2 seasons, both consisting of 12 episodes each, so it's a total of a 24 episode series. It started airing on April 10th of 2008 and finished on December 27th of 2008. Now, this anime follows the lives of 3 separate pairs. Now, each pairing has some sort of connection to the other pairings, even though they are very different stories. Let me tell you a little bit about each pairing and I'll show you what I mean. First, you have our main character couple, Takahashi Misaki and Usami Akihiko. They are known as Junjou Romantica, which the series is named after. This translates into pure romance. They really live up to the title of pure romance. Anyone who's seen my top 10 favorite couple videos knows I love this pairing. Misaki lost his parents at a young age and was raised by his older brother Takahiro. Usami was the best friend of Takahiro and was very much in love with him. It came as quite a shock to Usami when Takahiro announced his marriage plans to a girl he knew. Usami held his emotions in, and Misaki, knowing how hurt he must have been, cried on his behalf. He felt so bad for Usami that his brother could be so unknowingly cruel. See, Takahiro didn't know Usami was in love with him. But seeing Misaki's tears falling on his behalf, something sparked in Usami. And he realized it wasn't Misaki's brother that he loved this whole time, but in reality, Misaki himself. Through random happenstance, Misaki starts living with Usami and gives him the nickname Usagi. It means bunny! Usagi is a famous author, and Misaki is a university student. Our next couple is Kamijo Hiroki and Kusama Naoki. These 2 are known as Junjou Egotist. Hiroki is a professor at a university. Naoki is an orphan who is an extremely hard worker and is currently going to school to become a doctor. Naoki meets Hiroki for the first time when he finds him crying alone on a bench. Hiroki's heart had just been shattered. See, he and Usami used to be childhood friends, and Hiroki very much fell in love with him. But like Usami having an unrequited love for Takahiro, Hiroki had the same one-way love for Usami. Naoki kind of has a love at first sight moment with Hiroki. and once finding out he's a university professor, begs him to become his tutor. Now, Hiroki is really bad at showing his emotions, despite the fact that the first time we see him, he's in tears. But he does get pulled in by Naoki's advances on him, and he does very much fall in love with him. Though they don't exactly have the smoothest of relationships, due to Hiroki's stupid pride and ego, as well as Naoki's thirst to prove himself worthy. And our last couple, Yo Miyagi and Takatsuki Shinobu. These two are known as Junjou terrorists. Miyagi is a co-worker of Hiroki. They're both professors at the same university. That just happens to be the university that Misaki from our first pairing happens to go to as well. See how they all loop together? Now, Shinobu is a high school student. Yep, don't think too hard about it yet. Now, Shinobu's kind of a spoiled child. Miyagi had saved Shinobu from getting beat up. And right there and then, Shinobu felt it had been fate that they had met this way, and that they were meant to be together, only to find out later that Misaki was actually marrying his sister. Later, the marriage did eventually fall apart though, and they did get divorced. Shinobu again saw this as fate and came running back to Misaki's side, forcing his feelings on the unexpected man. He of course was immediately rejected. 1, he was male, and 2, he was a teenager. But Shinobu was relentless, and even though his feelings for Misaki were confusing and didn't make much sense, and he confessed them in weird ways, they were so powerful. He really was a terrorist to Miyagi. And those are our 3 couples. You can see how they're all intertwined. But do you notice one thing that they all have in common? The obvious age gap between each pairing? Especially the last one being a university professor and a high school student. Again, don't think of it too much. Let's move on. Now, as a boy love anime, this has got to be the best one I've ever seen. I like that there's multiple pairings. It helps keep your interest. This is any yaoi fan's dream anime. Anything more than this and you're getting into porn. Anything less than this and you're just getting into random guy-on-guy stuff that doesn't really have much meaning behind it. But if you take it off of the yaoi aspect of it and judge it as just an anime by itself, it's not really that substantial. I mean, it does tell a story about how each pairing became a pairing and what they do to maintain that pairing, but there's no real solid plot. It's nothing more than a moment-by-moment anime. Meaning you get a great fluff moment, followed by a sexy moment, then followed by a random funny moment, and then followed again by a sexy moment. You end up watching for these individual moments and don't care much about everything in between. But again, as a yaoi anime, that's kind of exactly what you're looking for. Just enough plot to have a story behind the pairing, but just enough sexy to squeal in your chair. You kind of want the story to focus on just the relationships rather than having an action-packed story. Now, basing this as an anime that's for the yaoi fans, I would give this anime a perfect 5 out of 5. It's everything you'll ever want in a yaoi anime without feeling like a pervert. But if you want to feel like a pervert, go watch Sensitive Pornograph. That is literally watching anime gay porn. Not that I've watched that, of course. No, I wouldn't watch something like that. Okay, moving on. Junjou Romantica has hot scenes, romantic moments, and humor. It's a delicious mix, and they do it well. Now, as just a sit down and watch type anime, for someone who might be indifferent to yaoi, they may miss the deeper feelings between the relationships that are being shown. Cause, like I said, the whole series focuses on the relationships. As an anime for a non-yaoi fan, I'd give this anime probably a 2.5 out of 5. But these ratings I'm giving a guesstimate to based off different groups of people who might watch it. As for my own personal opinion, I'm gonna give this anime a 4.5 out of 5. I loved this series. It made me all happy and giddy when I was watching it. I'm a sucker for a love story, and there's just something so powerful about the relationships in this series. I just loved it. And if you liked this anime, you'll probably also like Gravitation, Loveless, and Papa the Kiss in the Dark. Okay, I have to finish packing. I will miss you guys while I'm away, and I will see you in a few weeks. Will you miss me? Much love to you all. Later, guys. Mwah. Bye-bye. And right there and then, Shinobu felt it had been fate that they had meted in such... that they had met. Meted. Oh, English, why? Usagi is a famous author. Usagi is a famous author. Usagi is a famous... Usagi is a famous author, and... Usagi is a famous... oh my god!